You know, Chris, one of the best goalkeepers in the history of American soccer, Kasey Keller, bar none. But one thing we've continued to see since he's come back from Major League Soccer is, you know, those quintessential huge saves, right place, right time, able to just be an incredible shot stopper. You know, from a fellow pro, what are some of the things that he brings to the table that maybe some of the other goalkeepers just aren't able to capitalize on?
I think, you know, certainly you kind of said it, that's part of it, is just, you know, age, you know, doesn't matter in terms of instincts and experience that he has. And there's guys that are great shot stoppers and even good with their feet, and you wonder why they're not better goalies. And I think a big part of it is game management, and guys like Kasey and also Nick, they make great decisions, and it's not things that maybe the average fan would notice as much, but when you're on the field, it's certainly something that affects the game.
Kasey's known as the type of guy that's going to shout, he's going to bark, he's going to make sure everything's tight. You know, from a defensive standpoint, is that just kind of the ideal keeper to have that's always making sure that, you know, everything's sorted out in front of him?
I think you definitely want a guy that's a leader. You certainly want a guy that's going to be a loud voice behind you, kind of directing and just giving you a shout.
Montero.
Freddie, as an individual, is so dangerous for a number of different reasons. One, it's almost like a great shooter in basketball. I think you have to respect his shot, his outside shot. He's one of the better strikers from long distance that we have in MLS, and so you got to get tight to him. And he's great at finding space, so it's not easy. He comes back into the midfield and gets involved, and he's got a great touch, and he's an excellent passer. So he knows how to find enough space to get a shot off. You know, he does a great job of creating opportunities for himself. It seems awfully tough to get the ball from them. They know how to use their body and put themselves in the way so that you're not able to get it unless you're fouling them.
Well, one player that's really grown in this league in a short amount of time is Alonzo, since defecting from the Cuban Olympic team a couple of years ago. You know, he's really proven to be one of the better defensive midfielders in the league. What are some of the specific talents that he brings to the table that kind of makes him successful?
I think he understands his role on the team. He knows the type of attacking prowess that they have in Seattle. You know, between Montero and obviously Zach when he's healthy, and there are other guys, and so he knows what his role is, and I think that that's to break up plays, keep possession, and then of course to help in the offense as well. And he's really good at all those things.
It seems as if Seattle doesn't really have a lot of movement, but it seems like they're just trying to break free, maybe clip a few players and then attack the ball.
They do, and that's tough to it's tough to mark guys who are moving around like that and are active. I know they're not maybe big runs, but as you can see, everybody's moving their feet. And they're trying to kind of set picks for each other, little picks. You know, I think your focus on not only set pieces, corner kicks, but throw-ins has to be, you know, incredibly intense, and make sure that you're sorting things out earlier rather than later.
From an outside back's perspective, it's his second goal in a row. We've seen Fernandez score, just sneaking in on the backside. How difficult is it making sure that you get tucked in and carry that backside of your center back and make sure you're off his shoulder, but at the same time you're worrying about situations like this where guys ghosting in on the far post unmarked?
Yeah, very difficult. I mean, for me, my first focus is to make sure that he doesn't get across me, because I think it's easier for an attacker to score when they can get across you and create position. It's harder for you to get there. We want to continue to really put pressure on the other team. Hopefully force them to turn the ball over, and then when we get possession of the ball, to take good care of it. We want to play you know, a style of soccer that creates chances and ultimately helps us to score goals. And so, you know, we're going to continue to work on those things throughout the week, and then really focus on that stuff this weekend. And if we continue to focus on the details, you know, I think the majority of results will work out our way.